In today's activity, you're going to create a picture that shows the bones in your hands. It's a picture that will let light shine through if you hang it up in a window. Now, you can't see your bones, so how are you going to know where they are? You can figure it out by paying attention to all the places where your hand can bend, all the joints. I'll show you how to observe your hand to find the bones inside. I'll also show you an X-ray of a hand, the kind of picture that doctors use to see someone's bones. Let's follow the steps to get started. Before we start drawing, move your hand and think about the bones inside of it. Curl your fingers. Make a fist. What do you notice? See if you can feel your bones in your fingers and palm. Now, just take about a minute to do this. I'll put a timer on the screen. When you're ready to go to the next step, click the arrow on the right. What did you notice? Cover your desk with a tablecloth or newspaper to keep it clean. Get your supplies. You'll get more supplies later. Put your hand and the top of your arm on your paper. Then spread your fingers wide and trace your hand and wrist in crayon, like this. Now be sure you do the tracing using the hand that you write with. When you bent your fingers earlier, you might have noticed that all the places where your fingers bend, there are little wrinkles on the skin. That's how you can tell where the finger joints are. On your paper, make marks beside each finger joint, right next to the wrinkles, like this. Now, don't forget your thumb. Then, draw a line across the fingers to mark each joint. It should look something like this when you're done. Make a fist. Find your knuckles. Maybe you notice that each knuckle is the end of a finger bone. That's a joint. Line up your fist on the tracing. Mark each knuckle with a line, like this. Don't forget your thumb. Now you're going to put in your finger bones. Draw each finger bone like this. Leave space at each joint. And don't forget to draw the 2 bones in your thumb, too. Your hand also bends at the wrist. That's another joint. Bend your wrist on your paper like this. Mark the bend with a line. Your palm bones were kind of hard to feel in your hand, but look at this X-ray. Your palm bones go from each finger to the wrist. Draw your 5 palm bones. Look at this X-ray to see the bones in your wrist. They fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. It's hard to see them all in the X-ray, but there are 8 small bones in your wrist. Go ahead and draw a circle for each one. Look at the X-ray to see the bones of your arm. Draw those 2 bones on your paper. Use the crayon to color in the areas around the bones, like this. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. It will look something like this when you're done. Now you're going to make light shine through the bones, just like it does in an X-ray. Go ahead and get these last supplies. Dip the Q-tip in oil and wipe away some of the oil on the side of the container like this, so that some of it comes off. Then color in a few bones. You'll want to do this until all the bones have oil on them. Now, you don't want too much oil, so it's important that you wipe some off your Q-tip every time you dip it. I'll show you. This is too much oil. This is too little oil. And this is just right. When you've finished, check the back of your picture. There should be a dark line for each bone where the oil soaked through. Put the hand aside and give it some time to dry. Then, hang it up in a bright window. There are your bones for all to see. Great job. Now, for older students who want to do more, there's an activity extension for you. Go to the next slide. You've seen what your bones look like. Now I've got a mystery for you. Take a look at these bones. They're part of an animal that has bones like the ones in your hand. What animal do you think these belong to? Now you can see the animal's entire skeleton. Does this give you a better idea? All right, are you ready? I'm going to reveal the answer. You were looking at this part, the wing of this creature. It's a bat. You and a bat might have more in common than you think. Go ahead and get a worksheet and something to color with. Then look closely and answer the questions.